live. So as you see, we are not down in the woods today. I got Big Riz behind me. Truck hasn't ran in a lot of years. We're not going to get it running today, but we are going to try to move it. You ask, how are you going to move it without getting it running? Well, got a tow bar, gonna connect to it. So let's go ahead and open this up and set this thing up for this thing. Let's see, still nobody. Oh. Alright, so we got the adapter mounts. Alright. Can I go that way? Yeah, I can go that way. Let's get up in there. That's gonna be fun. go find a drill bit and drill an extension cord. See, is there anybody in here? Oh, there is. Wow. Okay. So, what's that? So that is my 97 Chevy K2500 with the 6.5 Detroit diesel, also known as Big Riz. She's been sitting there for 13 years. This is not a let's get it fired up. This is let's mount this tow bar right here, get it relocated, make the yard look a little prettier. That was going out to CEG_C. Mike, congratulations. Sana Safar 7649 vlog. Hey, brother Brandano. Believe I saw you yesterday. That's drugs and toilet. Not wind in underwear. Oh. Tyler, what's going on, dude? Eric? Yes, people are weird as F. Unfortunately, I'm going to keep that comment hidden because you spell it out F. Brother Brandano, you guys hear that branchy witch in the background? I wouldn't tolerate that. Oh, banshee witch. I wouldn't worry about that banshee. A lot of back and forth in the comments. Highlander says hi. Highlander says, what's up? Highlander says, what a place. Yeah, I mean, this is in the front yard, and it's... Would rather it, you know, be over here with the other vehicles, not over here, kind of getting in the way of the pear tree right there. Aussie King, what the F happened here? I let a truck sit for way too long. She needs a little bit of work, but we're not doing the work. Like I said, we're putting that tow bar on so that we can go and move it around with either the other truck or the tractor. William Castro says hi. I would never troll. I see a Sasquatch. We need further investigation. Yeah, Sasquatch likes to hang out here, apparently, from what the comment section likes to say. Sunil Gowda, saw you again yesterday. I believe you were here the day before, too, so awesome to see you. You said, hello, friend, good to see you again. How are you doing today? Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Ran out to the feed store. Didn't realize that they close at noon today. So ended up having to go into 2 different feed stores, and they didn't have the hours on the thing. Had to go one of them big box feed stores, which I don't like doing because one, it doesn't really help out the local market, and 2, buy 2 bags of feed for the cost of 3 bags of feed, and instead of getting a 50-pound bag, it's a 44-pound bag, and I'm just like, yeah, I try not to go to the big box feed store for feed. Brother Brandano, yeah, if you catch him, make a rug or something. Nautilus Burger, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sorry. Your message is staying hidden. Salty Nova, can we see under the hood? Sure, but it's filthy. Oh. It's just an old 6.5 Detroit diesel making a whopping 215 horsepower stock from factory. Yeah, last time I went to get this thing started, found out that these battery cables, all of the battery cables, they are acting more like resistors than battery cables. So I need to go and get that corrected. But I got a lot of other issues going on. You must have saw the other Brandano. Maybe. Here it comes. EXU_B asks what's up with the Chevy in the back. I believe I already answered that. At this point, I do know that the battery cables are trash. Had fuel filter issues in the past, and went to fix that, and then it just, life got ahead of me. Brother Brandano, this is a censored channel. It's not complete. I mean, so there is a little bit of censorship. I do review some of the more questionable comments. As far as bringing the axe down, I mean, you spelled out the full word F. So YouTube said, let's put that up for review. I'm not going to show it. But I mean, not completely hiding it. I mean, verbally, I'm out here saying most of it. We have some not letters, the like Chinese or Japanese, or the little symbol things says hi. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive on the name. It just looks like little symbols to me. So if that's offensive, I apologize. But I say hi back. Brother, you're not about to get canceled. You're just running your mouth a lot and whatever. EXUB, you ever see anything creepy at night in the woods near there? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but that doesn't necessarily say that, no, I haven't. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. Taha Ali Khan, you look like Brock Lesnar. I don't see the similarity, but that's a beast of a dude, so thanks. Ron G, I don't know who that comment's focused at. If you're trying to say me, or but if you're calling me that, then cool. Sunil, can you show your car collection? All right, so you guys already saw the 97. I got an 03 Chevy Impala. I have a 2011 Chevy 2500 with the 6.6 Duramax. And this is actually my mom's, Nature by Freeze. And, oh, what is it? It's Mazda CX-5. I also have a motorcycle somewhere in there, but haven't ridden in a longer amount of time than Big Grizz has been down. So Michael Angel Escalante, I thought the Amish did not use tech. If I remember correctly, the Amish actually shave this part of their face and only leave the bottom part. I'm not Amish. I have lived near Amish. There's actually Amish that live not too terribly far from here, but nope, not Amish. What year is it? Yeah, who cares? Some people feel the rain, most people just get wet. Yes, deer hunter. What is that? Connecticut state land. Some people feel the rain. Yep. And others just get wet. Yeah, I kind of was talking about that, not necessarily in those words, but people asked view on life and how to de-stress, and I went and said, you know, enjoy the moment, not get caught up in everything else. As my neighbor likes to say, don't borrow problems from the future. YRAO4467, show around. All right, I guess I could. We got, you know, pear tree. We got goat in here somewhere. Got a peach tree back here somewhere. We picked all the peaches except for 2. This one right here, I recently went and staked it up because it was leaning real bad and should have staked it a long time ago. But we do still have 2 peaches up here. They're not ready to get plucked off. Got the baby ducks and mama goose right over here. I just dug out their little pond a little bit more. And then, yeah, you can kind of see the little pond right here. Mama goose doesn't really like me all too much. She likes to hiss at me. But she's just protecting the little ones, so I can't be all too mad at her. And we got some chickens running around somewhere out here in the yard. As far as the full 7.5 acres, I'm not going to show you that because a lot of it looks like this, just completely overgrown. Hopefully I can get to doing a little more land clearing. Thinking probably down in a little bit of continuation of yesterday's land clearing down on the east side pond. Alan Small, hi from England. How's your day going? Are you up to anything interesting of late? My day's going pretty good. Like I said, didn't realize that the local feed store is closed so early on Saturday. So that was a bummer. As far as interesting, as soon as I can get through these comments, I'm going to be trying to get this tow bar attached to the truck. But unfortunately, the bolt holes that I have don't quite line up with the mounts. So I am going to have to drill a couple holes. Ancient Carbon Maps, you look like Woody Harrelson. So that's the 3rd day in a row that I've gotten that. I'm hoping you guys are talking young Woody and not current day Woody, because ain't he like 70 something? Let's maths debate. Hello, watching from, you know, I would say I don't necessarily believe that that actually is a town, but I've seen crazier. Oh, but I'm not gonna say that that town in North Carolina. Shrelheimer, hello. Saw you yesterday. Thanks for coming back. Altenia 2025. It's a lot of devil. That's a lot of devil you got going on there. EXU_B. Calm down, demon. Alright. Altenia, I guess, said bye. Bazaru Kamara says hi. Barakuto. Barakuta. Demon lol. Proof Junction. Howdy. What you doing? Right now I'm reading the comments. We'll eventually get to trying to put this on that so that I can go and move it into a little prettier location. Not necessarily prettier, but a little bit more appealing to not having the truck just out here in the middle of the front yard. Barack Uta, may the power of Christ compel you, if that's how it goes. I don't know, I'm not religious. Hey, you know what? Apparently we got a little demon in the comment section, so yeah, I guess the comment section needs a little exorcism. Have you a moonshine still? Alan Small? No, I do not have a moonshine still. I may or may not know where one is, but I do not have one. EXU_B. I meant the year for the car. The car is a '03 Chevy Impala. The truck is a '97 Chevy K2500. Parajat Barua. You look cool, man. Thank you, and I apologize on butchering that name. Sam, hey, what's up? Hey, welcome back to the chat. Lipesh Pali from South Carolina, United States of America. Highlander, think I seen you before, said hi, dude. Little D's throwing up demons also. Highlander says, what's up? Ryan Brochu and Ernest Brochu doing this emoji. Theodore Benevolent. Hey, little buddy. Shriven Tucker. Hello. Sam. Enjoy every moment, because every moment you can recreate and you live once. I think you meant to say you can't recreate. I don't know. Maybe you did mean you can recreate. Manuel on Userike. And how are you? And then you said your name is in the house. I'm doing pretty good. Sorry for butchering the name. Parakash Rathod says hi. Will Bell says one flag equals another flag. Johnny Deep says W Israel. Prakash says Boro. Johnny Deep says no. Deer hunting. God bless you and your family from Connecticut. Bless you too, man. Sophia Brooks, are you an ally? I'm just a man out in his 7.5 acres, trying to go and make my 7.5 acres prettier, so I don't know what that makes me. No Thanks says, oh shit, it's Duck Dynasty. Their beards are a lot longer, and they're from a little further down south. Melinda Burgess says hello. EXU_B. Do you like any classic muscle brands? So, I am a Chevy guy. First vehicle was an '86 Camaro. Then I had an 08 Silverado, a 2012 Silverado, 2011 Silverado, the '97 K2500 with the Silverado trim. Yeah, that's a lot of second gen Silverados, I guess. Let's see. Oh, and the Honda motorcycle. I do regret having to get rid of that Camaro. Hopefully one day I can go and get myself another '86. Would absolutely love to go and get a '69 Camaro. Would love to go and have a '69 Chevelle. Really like the old Stingray Corvettes. Like those old Novas. But, I mean, you know, if I had a little Hemi Cuda, I wouldn't turn it away. I wouldn't go searching for one, but I wouldn't turn it away. Kettlein Mialusica. Hello, man, and I'm sorry for butchering your name. Marlon Rochester, hey buds, where's your banjo? You know, maybe I should learn how to go and play banjo. I don't know. Sam says, yeah, can't recreate. Yeah, you can't recreate the moment, so you might as well live in it. Tyler Lee, I like the videos, bro. Good work. Variety Vault, hi from Pakistan. Hey, love seeing the international viewers. Swig Nibbler, I've never driven a car. Oh, Swig. I hope you get the chance to. Let's go for dat. Would you rather watch a tree grow or some knee get bigger? So I've seen knee get bigger. It's usually caused by injury, which then takes weeks, if not months, to recuperate from. So I don't like seeing knees get bigger. Trees getting bigger, especially if they nice, straight, not all knotty, makes for great lumber. And I do have a sawmill, so I'm gonna go with I prefer watching trees grow. Camaro or Firebird? So I like them both. I think Camaros look more, I don't know, like barbarians, whereas Firebirds are more sleek. I do understand that they are built on the same platform, but I don't know, there's just that rounded off, refined edge to the Firebirds. I don't necessarily want to say feminine, but they are sleeker, and when it comes to the muscle cars, I kind of do like that brute force look that some of them have. So I do like the Camaros. Also, what do you think of the 60s Impalas? I would take that 60s Impala off over this 03 Impala. Venom, hey, you're back. Hello, bro. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Ben XTTT, hello from India. Love seeing the international viewers. Venom, hope you remember my name, that I joined your live stream yesterday. Yes, man, I remember you. Variety Vault, there's a pretty nice Chevy Impala featured in the show Supernatural. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, I don't get around to watching all too many shows, so sorry that I don't know what Supernatural is, but that sounds awesome. And then EXU says, yeah, that's a 327. Variety says, I'd love to have that car. It's incredible. Neff UK. Hey, yo, the nature in the background look mad green. Bro, that shit's nice. This is my front yard. That's not even the backyard, dude. Like, Herman fully loaded. Yo, has anyone ever told you you look like Usain Bolt? You know, I have had like 2 people go and tell me that. He is a lot faster than me, so I can see where you guys go and get a little confused. I think my beard's a little bit longer than his. I'm also just a little bit lighter complexion, just a little bit, just a little bit. But I can see the similarities. Some of y'all are funny. Herman fully loaded. Neff, you're brain dead. Neff says he would smoke a big blunt out here. That's not my cup of tea. I don't necessarily condone it. Every so often, I do have the wind coming from certain directions that it smells like they're smoking a little less than legal tobacco. Sean says hello. Venom, thumbs up. Sean, no, I did not have breakfast yet. I probably should. International viewers, sorry, Venom, I meant to say viewers. My property is, this coming from EXU, it's 7.5 acres, connected up to disabled neighbor that's got 13.9, and then on the other side another 2.9. So all in total, it's, I don't know, like 23-ish acres. Levi, I don't know exactly what that says or means. Taxi 2007. Hello, bro. Merry work. Merry Christmas from Greenland. I don't know if there's auto translate and if the Christmas got mixed up in translation. It's June 7th, so nowhere near Christmas, but hey, you know what? From Greenland, that's awesome. Neff says, hell no, my boy Tibbs don't play. He'll take the bull by the horns. Yeah, just having a memory of hanging out at a buddy's farm where one of their bulls started getting a little ornery. Nickname, what's on your mind today, brother? Well, I'm trying to get through these comments, trying to get this tow bar on this truck, move this trailer, get the truck into that spot, move the trailer somewhere else where it doesn't look all too god-awful ugly like the truck does right now, sitting out in the middle of the yard. And then hopefully I can go and get to here, let me lower this down a little bit more, and hopefully I can get to clean up some more of this land out here. There we go. I think that's a little better. Where are you from? Lin. I am from South Carolina, United States. What time is it there? In India, it's almost midnight. It is 14:27 local. Tiendas, hands. Appa Gabriel. Damn, that's huge. Bill Clinton looking like a hunk. Levi, bro, you are best Theoli in the world. I'm not sure what that is. Neff, goddamn, 7 acres, brah. I'm finna be like you one day. I hope so, and I also hope that I can go and make my 7 and make it bigger. And sorry, chat, but I am gonna do a little bit of nicotine, so I hope you bear with me. Triple J, what inspired you to be a mobile DJ? Well, wasn't planning on being a mobile DJ. I was planning on just taking you guys along for the ride of me hooking up this. But comments booming right now, so what all have you planted in that farm? So a couple years ago, did grow some wheat. I've grown okra, potatoes. Unfortunately, that didn't work out so well. That was more of a me error, not the potato error. And I forgot to turn off my sound, so bear with me as I silence that. All right. Um, we've had cucumbers, a bunch of different varieties, tomatoes, a bunch of different varieties. I've tried carrots twice now. Got some trying to grow, but I don't know if this soil is necessarily the best for carrots. Or maybe I'm just dumb when it comes to growing carrots. That's always a very good possibility. Um, what else? Got onions growing right now, garlic growing right now, tomatoes growing, cucumbers growing. Um, I had a random watermelon grow a couple years ago. Got a lot of wild onion, wild garlic, but that's wild, so whatever. Also have a bunch of wild um, blackberries growing. Got some mulberries. Got the 2 pear trees, a peach tree. I think that might be just about it. The land out here is mostly wooded, so not a lot of place to actually grow the crops, but I think slowly over the years I may start to change the environment a little bit and get more things growing. D-Dog52, yo, what's up? Remember you from comments, was that yesterday? Maybe it was the day before. But today we got this tow bar that we're trying to get hooked up to the truck so we can move the truck into a less of an eyesore location. EXU, how long would it take to run or walk across your land? So there's a lot of my land that if anyone plays Dungeons and Dragons would be considered difficult terrain. So it would probably take me easily a half hour up to an hour to walk from the one property line to the other property line. And then if we continue across the entire homestead, it'd probably take about another 30 minutes to get across the that 13.9 acres. Yeah, the 13.9 is actually easier than the 7.5 to cross. V says he's kind of hot. Well, thank you, V. Tori Villa Stemos FCB Tibbs, what are you eating for lunch, my brother? Probably a Powerade and a bunch of water. Yeah, that's probably not the best thing. Probably do need to get some actual food. But when it's super hot like this, super humid, and I'm out working, I don't really have an appetite. So probably should go wake up a little bit earlier, make myself a breakfast, a big breakfast, so I, have the calories to throw out the day. Mullet says, love your hat. Thank you. A bunch of people yesterday was commenting about the hat. D-Dog. V, what do you mean he's hot? Ayo. Jeff H. Why not just grow some tobacco in your yard? I have had that thought. Me and the one neighbor boy, we have talked about that extensively. And I'm that might be someday in the future that we do start growing our own tobacco here. And then the nice thing about that is we know exactly what's in it, as opposed to, mass-produced stuff. Tori told Jeff he can't because geographically. Oh no, we actually have some native breeds from around this area. My ex-father-in-law, he actually grew some local tobacco his place, which was not too far from about 30 miles from here. So we do have tobacco that grows here. This is the South. This is kind of where tobacco was grown. So it's not because of geography. It's because I just haven't got around to it yet. Jet Blaze. Do you have Duran trees? I don't think so. Razil Krutos, sorry for butchering your name, said that you like my beard. Appreciate it. The humidity's got it trying to blow out. I've been trying to go and keep it down. Did throw some beard butter and some wax into it to try to get it down, but humidity's insane. D-Dog asked what kind of truck it is. It's 97 Chevy K2500 with the 6.5 Detroit diesel. EXU, do you think you could survive a zombie apocalypse given the land? How the land's set up right now? No, I don't think so. Not to like old age. Fortunately, the population out here is not that high. Far enough away from any major roads that we'd definitely be able to go and hide for a long while. But there's no fencing of any kind, with the exception of, you know, the poly net from Premier One. That is not an ad. I paid for that myself. It is electric fence to keep the goat in. I don't know how electric fences would do against zombies, but if the zombies did come out this way, you know, onesies, twosies, yeah. But if a giant horde, no, I'd probably end up becoming a zombie myself. That's being all realistic. Now, eventually I'd like to go and get this place built up more like a compound where, you know, worst case scenario, zombies attack, and just be laughing at them on the outside of the fence. EXU answered D-Dog's question about the truck. Ryan Sadekar, sorry for butchering the name. $5,000. I'm assuming you're asking to buy this for $5,000. Nope. This it's got a little bit of sentimental value to me. Wouldn't get rid of it. D-Dog went and thanked EX. Erwin Curtis, saw you yesterday. And no, as soon as I got done with the live stream, I completely forgot the name Keith Jardine. I need to go and have a notepad out here with me, I guess, so that I can go and write stuff down like this. Or I need to remember 50 minutes so that I can go and come back here and see what I said. Swig Nibbler. That name sort of sounds familiar. I do drive a forklift, though. No license needed. Oh. Awesome. Forklift certified. Before I retired, I was one of the forklift certifiers. Crazy what they would allow somebody like me to train next generation on. Love me hatefully. God bless the Black America. I mean, we don't necessarily have to go and put any specific. Why not just God bless America? all creeds, religion. Like, why do we have to single out just one group? Like, hell, God bless the average Earth citizen. Not to get too much into politics, but screw the politicians. But as far as you know, the average person on this planet, yeah, my heart goes out to every one of y'all. Swig Nibbler, you just need thick post, you'll be okay. Yeah, I could probably turn some of these trees into posts for the zombie apocalypse. Erwin Curtis, zombie apocalypse? What? Lol, we don't need zombies to be being eaten by our own kind. Yeah, you know, unfortunately that's how divided the politicians have made up. Sorry for losing Wi-Fi. But yeah, like I was saying, the politicians in every country, especially I've seen, seem to be in that whole divide and conquer and try to pit us against ourselves. So step away from politics and go talk to your fellow man. And when I say man, I don't mean a male, I just mean fellow human. Double A, hey, you're so cute. No, I'm not gay. Swig Nibbler, he's an old school UFC fighter, right? Keith Jardine. D-Dog, so 2 days ago, did you get rained on, or did you get that little area you were trying to clear? So I did get that little area cleared out 2 days ago, and I did get rained on, so both of those happened. And then yesterday I went and got what I have formerly called the horseshoe on the east side pond. Got that mostly cleared out. Oh man. Still have some areas that need to go and hit up, and I got a couple trees that are falling down that need to go and clean up there too. Kralf Edits, hello. D-Dog, Cat. Are you a Transformers fan? So I watched the first, what, 2, maybe 3 Transformers, and then kind of stopped watching movies for the most part. I don't know. After the second one, it just kind of started seeming like Transformers was just trying a little too hard to make a movie. I don't know. I think the only movie recently that I really liked was what was it? Godzilla -1. Sure, the action scenes weren't that great. The CGI on the Godzilla wasn't that great, kind of reminiscent of the 1960s TV shows. But there was a little nostalgia there. What I liked about that movie, though, was it told a story, like an honest to good story. It wasn't just this monster's fighting this monster and there is no plot. Godzilla -1 had an amazing story, and yeah. Sorry for getting off track. You asked about Transformers. Eternal Sunsets. Now this is the feed I'm talking about. Double A, gay, right? You like men? No, I don't. I like women. Hetero. EXU, you talking about yourself at Double A? Yeah, I think Double A is trying to say something. Eternal Sunset, they're all part of the same script, bro. Honestly, most of these movies nowadays, it's the same script, different names, and there's not really a plot. Maybe one day Hollywood will go and pull their head out of their rear end and start getting back to what made them as rich as they are and actually telling stories, not just making movies. Raymond, sorry, but your comment is staying hidden. Yes, if I ever killed a racial slur, sorry, we're not having that. EXU, tell me your personal experiences in the early 1900s. So there I was whenever Henry decided to go and, you know, make a horseless carriage. Yeah, I'm not that old, but, you know, funny, funny, funny. Are you married? In the process of divorce, so. BME King, cut yo hair, dude. I mean, yeah, my hair does need a little cut, so it's getting a little long on the sides. Apparently, BME King thinks I look stank. Lucas de Souza Comem from Brazil, and apologize for butchering the name. Eternal Sunset. The politicians, man. So, looks like I'm quite a ways behind in the comments. Hilarity Bribo. What is that? The Russian flag? Russian flag. Russian flag. Veterans Month. Actually, I believe it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Just a Dude says, howdy. David, and you are the best 108. GU. Sorry, my dyslexia is acting up. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say there. Just a Dude, what's wrong with the Chevy? It's sat for a very long time. Battery cables are corroded to hell and back, and possibly back to hell. Maybe one more trip back. They're acting more of resistors. The one ground strap is actually acting like a insulator instead of a conductor. Beyond that, yeah, need to get those swapped around and new batteries to do further troubleshooting. All right. Oh, I think I actually got to the bottom. EXU said you need to scroll down a few minutes behind. Calibre says hi from South America. Jorge I Castillon, you need some vent holes in your hat. Yeah, this thing does get really hot, and it's felt, and it's super humid down here. EXU asks what's the interior look like, and then Fortnite chills, I'll give you 2 goats for it. Nope, truck's not for sale. The interior is horrendous, so just bear with it. And there's a lot of things in there. Definitely needs to get cleaned up. But surprisingly enough, whenever it was running, I was getting about 21 miles to the gallon versus this Duramax that I got getting about 16 and a half. So yeah, that should encourage me to go and get this thing back up and running. But with the Impala getting 26 miles to the gallon and it uses gasoline, not in all too big of a hurry to get this thing running. But I do need to get around to working on this thing. Um, Eternal Sunset, pretty sick vehicle, dude. Jorge, no, keep the truck, fix it. Exactly. And, you know, maybe someday I'll possibly throw a manual transmission in there. And when it comes time for kiddos getting, you know, driver's licenses, yeah, definitely going to be teaching how to drive a stick. Just a dude. I have a one F-150 and one F-350. Awesome. Stupid Hornets. Eternal Sunset, fix it up. The Jolly J, hi from Germany. I believe we have somebody else here from Germany. Schrellheimer, I believe, is from Germany. My sister's living in Germany. EXU, I'm thinking of buying a mid-late 90s Suburban. Yes, it's built on the same frame. That whenever I absolutely loved Chevy, the Suburbans and the pickups, it was basically just a SUV version of the pickup trucks. I kind of wish Chevy would go back to that. I think what would be really nice is, you know, getting back to where the Suburbans have the 1-ton version with the diesel option. Kind of wish they would have went and brought back the Blazer based off of the well, maybe not necessarily this, but the, you know, like the 1500 regular cab pickup, make a Blazer off of that. I think that would have been amazing. But no, Chevy went and did what they wanted, and it came out like a crossover, almost SUV, more like a car. I don't know. I do not like that new Blazer that they went and made. But yes, the 90s Suburbans, I mean, the front is going to look just like this. Like, if I didn't show you that it was a pickup truck, I could go and say it's a Suburban. And the Suburbans did come with the 6.5 Detroit. Asking if I'm homeless. No, I do actually have a house. It's actually right there. So, no, I'm not homeless. Jorge, shout out from Valparaiso, Indiana, USA. Well, from South Carolina, shout out. Just a dude, when I was a kid, diesel was so much cheaper than now, cheaper than unleaded even. I remember those days. I remember whenever seeing gas like 85 cents a gallon and diesel was like 49 cents. Oh man. Missed those days. Absolutely missed those days. The Jolly J, did I get that right? A gallon will get you about 21 miles to the gallon. Yes, in this, I was getting about 21 miles to the gallon. Sounds like my old truck with about 10 tons might take less diesel than this pickup. Let's see. VBNM, hi. EXU, have you been to Myrtle Beach or have you seen the USS Yorktown, the ship in Mount Pleasant? I have. I've actually been on the Yorktown. Me and a bunch of buddies. Oh, that would have probably been about 19 years ago now. We went down there and checked out the Yorktown. Pretty cool. I think about that time they had the little sub down there too. I don't know if that sub's still there or not, but not the Hunley, the one that you can actually go into, one of the decommissioned submarines. But yeah, it was a cool little trip. Eternal Sunset. Everything is so much more expensive these days. Ain't that the truth? Mr. Packer 101, what is this live stream about? Well, unfortunately, this live stream has turned into me trying to get through the comment section, but I'm, ultimately trying to get this tow bar hooked up to this truck so I can move it into a less of an eyesore location. Just a dude, I'm going to subscribe. Awesome, sweet, thank you, man. Eternal Sunset, loving the cockerel in the background. Let me see if I can go and get a picture or get him on camera for y'all. Where? Oh, there he is. Let's see, where is he? All right, there. His name's Random Rooster. He randomly showed up here one day last year. And then the hen I got, her name's Phantom, because all last year, she was sitting on a Phantom clutch. Super broody, no eggs. And I was like, I don't know what you're doing. But he came around and she started laying eggs. So, cool. Unfortunately, the only hatchling that she had, well, got itself into a unfortunate situation, so we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, there's hen and rooster. Let's see. Random rooster is so cool, man. Yes. I think it may actually be a descendant of some of the chickens that we had a couple years ago. Made their way that direction into the woods, off into the neighbor's property, mixed with their chickens, and then came back, because it does look like there's some Jersey Giant in there mixed with other things. We used to have Jersey Giants. They have other things, so I'm thinking that's what may have possibly happened. One of ours went over there, bred, and then this one came over here. Eternal Sunset, that's the life right there. I'm trying to make it the life. Did 20 years as aircraft mechanic, recently retired, so hopefully I can go and just stay retired and not have to go and get a new job, because 9 to 5 suck. Mr. Packer, you are a good streamer. I'm trying. Definitely need to go and get the timing down and the consistency, but I'm trying. Sorry, I'm gonna be skimming through some of these comments trying to catch up. Just a dude wishes he had chickens. EXU asked if I do any hunting. About 20 years ago, but ever since then, no, really haven't had the time, which is a piss poor excuse for basically saying I haven't made it a priority. Maybe someday, or maybe I'll just go and, hopefully get to raising some sheep and not have to worry about it. I don't know. The Jolly J, I bought a 79 IFA W500 fire truck that once was made for the East German military. 4 gallons will carry us 100 kilometers. Weight is about 7 tons right now. Dude, that's kind of cool, having a fire truck. I don't know what the kilometer to mile conversion is, so I don't know if that's great fuel mileage or bad fuel mileage. Eternal Sunset, loving it, dude. Just dude. Any cool tractors or backhoe or anything? Oh, well, guess we could let's see. There's more cool tractors over on this side. It's not my property, but it is part of the, actually, I might not be able to get over there with the Wi-Fi. I will keep an eye on the Wi-Fi. This is part of the greater Homestead. But if I end up turning around and going back to just one tractor, that's why. I started getting a reconnecting notification. But 9 to 5s do indeed suck. Valdemar Simonson, hi. Which state are you from? South Carolina. Oh, sorry about jostling you guys. What is the channel about? It does say Tibbs Farm. It's a little bit more of homesteading. Small tractors, chainsaws, I videos about goats didn't do so well. Maybe I just, didn't have a big enough audience. I don't know, but just doing stream out and doing what I'm doing. So right there we have that blue tractor. It's a Golden Jubilee. Unfortunately, you guys can't really see it too well. You got the red and white Ford. I don't remember exactly which model it is, but it is in the Street series. So it's the tractor that replaced the Jubilee. It's the tractor that replaced the Jubilee. But then there's also a little Boland's tractor. There is a David Brown 3800 that the Woods is trying to steal again. So at some point, I'm gonna need to go down there with chainsaw and the big truck with the winch and rescue that from its grave again, pull it up topside and start working on that. And then the Homestead workhorse, the Ford 8N that I can walk over to. I'm within Wi-Fi range there, so. But Hayseed says, how's things? They're good. EXU. Oh wow, I'm way behind in the comments. Because everyone's now telling me how far a mile to. Yep, and just dude losing signal. Ari Estrella, something Cuba. Hayseed, Jubilee, that's cool. I'm working on an 8N. Walking to the 8N right now. Just dude, signal's good. Is the 8N 4-speed or 3-speed? So factory, it's 4-speed. This one has the Hup transmission, so it's a 12-speed. Hilarity Bribo. Is this Woody Harrelson? No, this is Tibbs from Tibbs Farm. And here is the Ford 8N. And just to show, a lot of people end up with a lever right here. That is the Sherman transmission. But our auxiliary is right here. This is a Hup transmission. That's a direct drive over under, so it gives you a total of 12 forward gears. Just a dude said the greeting comment said greetings from Cuba. Oh, greetings. Hayseed, I went to see that 8N transmission. I don't know if you want me to go on stop a little longer, and then just to do it as in Sherman tank. I actually have not looked up the naming for the Sherman in regards to the Sherman transmission on these things. So here's this. And when you ask for a transmission, I don't know if you're talking about this one, which I recently learned that if you pull up, you can move that thing around, get out of your way, so you can just swing your legs through, and then just twist it back around, and it pops right back down into neutral. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But yeah, here's the Hup transmission. You go up, that goes into neutral, that's overdrive. Go back to neutral, pull out, and up. I can never get this thing to go into underdrive with the engine off. So, I don't know if that is a feature that it won't go into under with it off, or if this one just acts weird. But anyone out there that has a Hup transmission, if you can't get yours into underdrive, turn it on, stand on the clutch, and then pull it up to neutral, pull out and up, see if you can get into underdrive. It's the only way I can go and get it. The engine has to be on for it to go into underdrive. I don't know why. And I don't, like I said, I don't know if that is a feature. All right, let's see. I've seen it. That's a new one on me. Robin Minati. Hi, bro. I'm from India, in Delhi, the capital. How's it going, man? Hasey, do you have the PTO clutch adapter on it? Absolutely. These things are extremely dangerous without the overrun clutch. Because it is direct drive to the rear axle. If you have an implement like the brush hog that has a lot of spinning mass that takes a while to slow down, it's going to be turning that gearbox, which is going to be turning that, which then will drive the tractor forward. But I do have the overrun clutch on the PTO, so that thing can spin as long as it wants and the tractor's not moving. If you guys do get yourselves an 8N tractor or older N series and it don't have an overrun clutch, do not hook up a brush hog until you get an overrun clutch. It's less than $100 and it can save your life. Altino, back in here again. Jolly J. Don't know what that means. Yeah, my brother went through, punched that way. Yeah. I mean, those tractors can be very dangerous without that overrun. And any direct drive PTO like that, get an overrun clutch before you operate, especially something like a brush hog. If you only have like a plow on it where you're not actually hooked up to the overrun, then whatever. Or hooked up to the PTO. If you're only using the 3-point hitch and you're not hooked up to the PTO, then who cares? But if you're using that PTO and it's something that is going to spin, when you hit that clutch, that tractor is going to keep moving for as long as that implement is spinning. Robin Minati, I subscribed. Awesome. Just a dude, the PTO on the John Deere where I work is broken, and it's weird because as near as I can tell, it's both mechanical and hydraulically driven. Don't know what's wrong with it. I don't actually know enough about. I'm gonna need to get back into the books on the that system. I understand this is Ford, and you're talking John Deere, but I do understand what you're saying on. It seems mechanical and hydraulic. The hydraulics on this thing, you absolutely have to have the PTO running. So it's kind of that mechanical hydraulic. I don't know. It's like I said, I'm gonna have to get back into the diagrams a little bit better, and maybe whenever I go on at some point go and tear into it, it'll start making a lot more sense. I'm more of a hands-on learner, not as much of a read and learn. Just a dude says gonna have to go to a shop. Farmer girl Jess, are you single? All intents and purposes, yes. Yeah, I'm going through a divorce, but single, like I said, all intents and purposes, yes. Hayseed, that live power made a real difference in tractors. Yes. Jolly J, are you located in America? Where about? Yes, I am in America, South Carolina. Hayseed, I'll sub. Awesome. Hayseed also said, yep, no live power. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about it is I really wish I could go and have the PTO running like how the new tractors are, separately from the hitch, separately from the tractor itself. But if you want the 3-point to go up, you either have to be in neutral or you're going to be moving, because you have to let go of the clutch, and that clutch does all of it. The hydraulics, the PTO, the tractor. Farmer girl Jess, I'm watching from Jamaica. Cool. Love seeing international viewers. Farmer girl Jess asked, nice. Sorry to hear you're going through a divorce. Where are you from? South Carolina, United States. And I think I finally caught up to, oh, Farmer girl Jess, I have a farm there. Oh, cool. All right, I think I might finally be able to caught up. Let's see if I can get you guys a little bit closer. And Jolly J, I want to figure out if I really want some goats too. They are so much smarter than sheep, but that might cause troubles. Oh my lord, so the goats, if there is a way to escape, they will find it. And if they can't find it, they will try to make it. Yeah. I've never actually dealt with sheep yet. But as far as goats, oh my lord, it's insane trying to keep them in, because they are so crafty and they just want to get out and do things. And I'm pretty sure goats just are 4-legged animals with ADHD. That's it. They just, yeah. Farmer girl Jess, I subscribe. Awesome. Robin Minetti, do you know Maudie? I don't know. Oh, I got this right the other day. I'm probably gonna end up butchering it. Jinkya Shinde, hello. You were in, I want to say yesterday you were here. So, hello. Glad seeing you come back. Farmer girl Jess, goats are the worst. Stick with the sheep. So I have a goat. I had a couple more, but unfortunately, Water Moccasin got the baby. And I don't actually know what happened to the nibbler. He was fine, and then he wasn't, and then he was dead, and I could never figure it out. It just happened so fast. Irie's Jeep, or Just a Dude says he raised sheep. They're not too bad. Bug J only had 3 or 4 at a time, so Oh, but I only had 3 or 4 at a time. I mean, yeah, I don't know. January of Finn 145. Nice car, bro. Thanks. Jinkia, ha ha ha, ADHD. Did I say T or ADHD? I don't know. Maybe I messed up. Maybe you went typed wrong. I don't know. Maybe we both screwed up. Maybe I did say it and you, I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure goats just have ADHD. Eternal Sunset. I'd be happy with chickens. Honestly, they're so intelligent, way more than we often realize. Yes, and then they do things that you go, am I certain that they are intelligent? Yeah, like, never underestimate them, because they will surprise you one way or the other. Sometimes in a positive way, sometimes in a negative way. Farmer Girl Jess says, lol, you're funny. Thank you. Goku Black. Don't let Kakarot know you're here. But he says, hi, brother. Hey, Seed. I'm getting into sheep next. Goku. Oh, looks like neighbors got delivery. Just a Dude, you got rattlesnakes over on that side of the country? Yes, we got 3 different types of rattlesnakes. We got Eastern Diamondback, Timber Rattler, and some other rattler. We also got water moccasins, copperheads, and not so much here, but down close to the coast, coral snakes. I think that's it. You know, the red and yellow make a dead fellow. Red and black is a friend of Jack. So, Just a Dude, I'm from New Mexico, by the way. Okay, I actually have family in Arizona. I know it's, you know, still quite a distance away, but, you know, New Mexico is a lot closer to where my folks live than South Carolina here. Yeah, all right. All right, so the original bolt holes on this don't quite match up with the this new mount that I have for this tow bar, so I'm just gonna use probably the incorrect bit. Goku Black, is that a Chevy? I don't know what would possibly give it away that it may or may not be a Chevy. But yes, it is a 97 Chevy K2500. It's got the 6.5 Detroit diesel in it. Farmer Girl Jess, the escape in the neighbors, and they got stolen. I don't know if I understand what that's saying. Do have dyslexia and a little bit of ADHD, just a little bit. Scored like an 89 on one of the online tests, so I think that's a pass. escape in the neighbors. I don't know. Eternal sunset. Always, bro. We're just trying to figure out what I'm doing, I guess. Some are not as intelligent as others. Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to go and get cut off. It's oddly rainy for me here in the desert lately. So hot, humid. Goku Black. I'm British Kakarot. Exactly. Yeah, basically. Hey, Seed. Got the same alarm system I do. Dogs in the yard. Yep. You live with nature. It's so good. Everything looks so good, bro. Been trying to get it all cleaned up. My goats, I lost 2 last week by theft, and they're easy to get sick. They are very easy to get sick. Victoria Gray, I love nature. Just a dude about 8 hours from where I live in Flagstaff. I live to Flagstaff. Okay, folks live somewhere in the Phoenix greater metropolitan area. I don't know. I'm in the low country. So not so much mountains. It's still quite a ways away. South Carolina doesn't really have all too many mountains. We just have slightly higher elevation land. I guess there's like this part of South Carolina technically is part of the Appalachian Mountains, but grew up western Pennsylvania in the Appalachian Mountains though. Hayseed, I'm in East Tennessee. Cheers from one of those Nordic countries. What is that? The Danish flag? Elise Massawi. EXU, you ain't asked me if I can say something, and not sure why. Gaston Barbaro. I'm assuming it says greetings from Argentina. Denmark. Okay, I was right. It was the Danish flag. To JZ, Jeyz says hi. Zero. What are you doing with the bow tie behind you? Trying to get to putting this tow bar on so I can move this thing over by where all the other vehicles are parked. Burger King official, can you say knee? Yes, I can say knee. Can you say gird? I can say gird. Chevy says hi. Just a dude. It's a trap. Don't say it. Gaston, hello from Argentina. Arthur Morgan. You know, I got that a couple days ago. Not necessarily in that, but they went and said whenever I was sitting by the campfire, seemed very Red Dead vibes. Chevy asked where am I at? South Carolina, Eternal Sunset. Yeah, ignore the weird comment. What the, anyway, you're doing great with the comment, man. Hey, what's good? Miss Lee, what's going on? The name seems familiar. I believe you may have been at some of the chats over the past 2 days or so. Just to do, it's always a trap when someone asks you stuff to say. Yeah, it's what I'm figuring. To JZ, I'm from Southeast Asia. Rip Van Milton, nice hat, partner. Thank you. Got it at Tractor Supply for like $35. So, all right. Oh Lord. You know, I got a little bit of a problem. I'm gonna need to jack this thing up so I can actually get this up underneath here, because either that, I'm gonna need to go and get a shovel out here. Or I could say risk it and just have one bolt on both sides, crank that thing down, hook the tow bar up to it, and see what it gets me. Cowboy vibes, hell yeah. So whenever I went to the store, they had a lot of cowboy hats, and I'm like, that doesn't really fit me, who I am. But then I saw they had one of these. I was like, you know, I like that. Carried it around for, 30 minutes or so. I was in the store debating if I really wanted it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. Keep the sun kind of off my ears and my face, but somewhat. But I think it fits me. To Jay-Z, like your truck. Thanks. Miss Lee, nah, it's my first time seeing you. All right, unless you've been fishing, got a few fishing buddies. Nope, not been fishing. Hey, see, if you're not going on the road, it'll be fine. I mean, it's gonna be moving at like, what, 35 feet? Rip Van Milton, everyone in my town, Montana, wears cowboy hats. Just, dude, favorite Wild West outlaw. So obviously, famous, the only one that really pops out the top of the head, Jesse James. That may be because I had individual yesterday in the chat that's name was Jesse James. I guess Billy the Kid also pops in the head. Yeah, getting put on the spot and asked, yeah, I can't really think of any other famous outlaws from the Wild West days other than Jesse James and Billy the Kid. So, Black Lifestyle says hi to Jay-Z. Like and subscribe. Like the vibes. Awesome. Rip Van Milton. John Marston is the best Wild West outlaw. I'm gonna have to look him up. So I have to remember 50 minutes and 140. Just a dude. My F350 has almost 500,000 miles on it. This thing's got about 320, about 320 on it. So, hayseed, hook a safety chain if it makes you feel better. It's kind of one of the reasons why I paid the $13 to get the 2-year warranty plan on this thing. So, if it breaks for any reason, bring it back and we'll replace it. Cool. Yep, I'll pay $13 to fuck it up. Sorry for cursing on stream. Why Earp? Oh man. And Doc Holliday. Wasn't Doc Holliday technically a good guy? Maybe I got my memories mixed up. Just a dude. Jesse James was from your area as well. Billy the Kid was from my state. Ain't that something? Miss Lee, I subbed to you, so I'll see you around then, I guess. Tibbs Farm. Awesome, sweet. Yeah, Doc Holliday was a lawman. Did you see UFO? No, Doc Holliday was a dentist. Was a dentist? Really? Arthur Morgan was way cooler than... Wasn't Arthur Morgan just a video game character? Yeah, I didn't know that Doc Holliday... That makes sense on Doc. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he was a dentist either. Rip Van Milton. Hey, you watch your mouth, Benjamin. If anyone better than John, it's me. Do you play any games? Not really. To Jay-Z, I can see your tattoos. I got that God of War logo. This one? Or this one? And I don't think you can see that one. That's Norse Pride with what's supposed to be Thor's hammer. Nice tats. Are you fixing this Chevy? Yes, but not today. I'm just trying to get it moved to a better location so it's not so much of an eyesore from sitting on the front porch. Ain't got no gas in it. Well, it's a diesel, so I hope it ain't got no gas in it. Hayseed. Bass Reeves was a lawman, but he was a badass. Benjamin Wu. Hey, Benjamin Wu. Nice seeing you back. Arthur Morgan was RDR2. John Martinson was RD1. I never played RDR1, so... All right. Yeah, the right hand. Okay, so I don't know if you got the Greek or the Latin. By the way, I totally appreciate your choice to avoid politics, but I hope you realize how privileged you are to be able to ignore it all. Yes, I do realize how privileged I am to be able to step away from politics and not let it cause undue stress on me. Yeah, it is a privilege. I'm not going to try to downplay that. There's definitely some people that, unfortunately, politics controls a lot more of their life than anyone can imagine. And whether it's people like my neighbor who's on disability and politicians trying to go and cut his money, or my old co-workers that might be getting sent to war. Like, I spent 20 years to earn the privilege to step away from politics. And I am grateful for it, that I can step away. John Wesley Hardin was a famous outlaw. Farmer Girl Jess got them heart eyes. What kind of Chevy we got here? 97 Chevy K2500 with 6.5 Detroit diesel. Benjamin Wu. Yeah, many people don't have that option. I understand, and there are people way worse off than the few people that I went and mentioned. Farmer Girl just check out your channel. Nice content. Thank you. EXU, you probably beat me to saying what kind of vehicle it is. And I think you got fucking bugs trying to crawl up on me. Just a dude. I like politics, but don't come to live streams to debate them. I prefer to keep things separate. Absolutely. Did I vote in the election? Yes, I did. Does it need to be going on here? No, it doesn't. Try to keep that separate. But yesterday's stream, they went and asked me my political view, and I said in the past month and a half, I've been out here trying to clean my woods, so haven't had time to be caught up in politics, and I've noticed that the stress has been going away. Hayseed, we got no business going to war with anyone. Again, yesterday, yes, I went and said, if these politicians want to go to war, I think we need to lock them all in a giant room together, and they can go to war themselves. These politicians are corrupt. I don't care what country you're talking, whether it's America, Russia, North Korea, Iran. Politicians are corrupt, and if they want war so badly, they should go and do it themselves. If they absolutely have to have weapons, then whatever, but I think we should just go and have them in there, go fisticuffs, and whoever comes out without the bloody nose, they are the winner. And you know what? I'm not necessarily opposed. I don't condone it, but I'm not opposed to possibly tar and feathering them. I bet you if we did that, they probably wouldn't be pushing for war as much. 2JZ, if you have a hat with double horn, you're gonna look like Vikings, man. So the actual Vikings didn't actually wear those. That's more of a Christianization, trying to go and show that the Vikings were heathens, in the derogatory term. They try to represent them as being demons. But, you know, people do go and take symbols, and symbols change over time. But my ancestry does come from the land of the Vikings. So, wow, I don't even know what language that is. Yntocable. Enoch Abel. It looks like you're saying some kind of greetings, and I think it's saying that you like the classic truck. So thanks. Farmer Girl Jess, do you give any farm tours on your farm? Not really. Today was probably the most of a tour. Last 2 days I've been doing a lot more yard work down in the woods. So did kind of get a little bit able to see down in there. Farmer Girl Jess, how tall are you? 6'2". I'm 38 years old, and yes, I do have kids. Eon Lighthouse, are you MAGA? I am not political. Hayseed, good, you know your history. EXU, no, he voted for John America. Jolly J, this year I want to focus on learning how to fix my old truck. I'm prepared to do some work and travel with it starting next year, hopefully. Haha. That is what wolfing is about, working on farms. Oh, okay. Robin Minati, what about India Pakistan war? Do you watch the news? Last I heard that there was tensions coming up between India and Pakistan, and I do not like that. Again, it's politicians that push war. It's the young and the poor that are the ones that go off and die. What absolutely terrifies me about India and Pakistan is those are both nuclear capable countries. And I'm scared that the politicians would push that scary nuclear button. And everyone has to deal with that. Arturo Salas from Mexico. Farmer Girl Jess, you're smart too. Nice. Bruce, what's wrong with your truck, bro? Battery cables. For starter, not battery cables for the starter, although that one's bad too, but the battery cables, then I could go and do more troubleshooting. But I'm trying to just get to a point where I could go and move it with this tow bar. Would you destroy a classic Chevy square body for $100? No, ain't even worth it. No. Former girl Jess, how many kids? So 2 days ago, I had somebody ask me the same question. Kiddos are under the age of 18, so until they become 18 and they consent to being talked about, I will refrain from answering that question. Sorry. Captain Caveman, Brokeback Mountain making a comeback, I see. As somebody earlier went and tried to insinuate, sounds like maybe a little bit of projection or wishful thinking. I don't know. I'm not gay. But if you are, cool. If you like the beard, cool. Analyst Ant, what happened to the truck? It sat for way too long. It started off with real bad fuel leak in the fuel filter up here, and then just never got around to it because I had other means of transportation, and Days turned into weeks, turned into years, turned into decade plus, and trying to go and clean up the property now that I'm retired, and just trying to, get this tow bar hooked up so I can move it. So Neil, brother, you make moonshine in the woods. No, I don't, but I've been accused of that many times. ABY99, where are you from? South Carolina. Analyst Ant, yes, you do hear the rooster. He is approximately 13 feet, or what is that, 3 meters away from me. Muhammad Hamza, I have stage 4 cancer and only have 1 month left on my life. I am sorry to hear that. Analyst Ant, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I know you didn't say somewhere, I did. It is 15:41 local. Bruce, listen to Sabbath song War Pigs. It's been that way forever. Dude, it's one of my favorite songs. And yes, it's unfortunately, as long as you have people that hold power over others, it'll always be that way. Endless Ant, Los Gallios, I don't know what that is. Hey, see, Muhammad, I hate to hear that. Yeah, same here. I don't even know what to say. Stage 4, that sucks, and being told only 1 month. Dude, live in the moment. And every day you could push through the pain or have minimal pain. Just enjoy life as much as you can. And I hope that you get a better prognosis than what you've been given. Farmer Girl Jess, I have no kids. Farmer Girl, okay, understandable about the age. Analyst Ant. Oh, not sure why that got flagged. Yeah, we'll go and show that. It's a bunch of animals. Big fat mush. Hello, sir. You a gypsy? I'm not a gypsy. I think that's the first time I've actually been accused of, or asked if I was. Pedro Gomez. Bach. Oh, talking about the rooster. Yep. Usually when haters talk shit, they are secretly confessing at Tibbs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Jolly J, I already fixed the cylinder head gasket myself, only with help from the book, YouTube, and telephone joker. The technique of my truck is very simple, similar to tractors. Dude, that's one thing I absolutely like about the older vehicles, older tractors, is the simplicity of them. The Ford 8N, it was what I have here. It's either a 47 through a 49. There's like a total of 7 wires on the thing, and that's including the headlights. Completely rewired it because whenever we first got it to the homestead, there was wires everywhere, and I went through and somebody had rewired it before, never took the old wires out, and then somebody came by after that and rewired it and didn't take either of those wires. There was 3 sets of wire harness in there that didn't need to be there. It looked like spaghetti, and I'm just like, what is this? So took it all out and rewired it, and super simple. Redid the distributor on it, did a total tune-up kit on it. I mean, it's so simple working. Just gotta love that old iron. Hey, see, it's good solid breed. Farmer Girl, I'm into Ford trucks. V, marry me. Pedro, cockadoodle-doo. J, Sierra, hi dude, I'm from India. Love seeing the international viewers. Farmer Girl Jess at V. I got my eye on him first. Erwin Curtis. Jesus, is that Rooster for comic relief? He's not supposed to be up here, but I think he was investigating what I'm doing up here because, you know, I did go film him a little bit, and then he kind of been lurking around since then. Pedro, marry me, ayo! Analyst Ants laughing. Farmer Girl Jess, are you dating now that you're going through a divorce? Not dating, but I'm not off the market. What's wrong with your truck? For starters, battery cables. They need to get replaced before anything else. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes. Kind of had weird experiences whenever I was a kid. I was able to describe my great-grandfather who died 2 decades before I was born because of what people would say ghosts. Analyst Ant, he's moving the truck to scavenge it out from the property. Yeah, not really scavenge it, just relocate it so it's not an eyesore. Because it's kind of in the middle of the property versus I now kind of have a little bit of a parking lot going on where it's actually like organized, and I'm just trying to get it in line with the organization. V at J, sure, yeah, he's mine. Alexis Cirillo, hello amigo, hello. Doyle VW, nice. That name looks familiar. I believe you may have been here yesterday. V asked if I'm single. All intents and purposes, yes. Currently going through a divorce, so relativity Jen. Hi Tibbs from India. Trishan Hayes. Let me get that truck twin. Bravna Bojanath. Sorry for butchering the name. What old are you? I am 38 years old. Hayseed, a flathead screwdriver and a 1/2 inch. Yeah, basically. Or a flathead and an adjustable. You can go and fix just about anything on that Ford tractor. Erwin Curtis, you could reading the obituaries and with that rooster going off every couple of minutes, it'd still be hilarious. Oh man, that would be kind of sick in that demented kind of way, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a flathead screwdriver, a quarter, and or a 1/2 and 5/8, or you know, 2 adjustables and a flathead, and you can completely redo an entire 8-end tractor. What is your favorite movie in Hollywood? In Hollywood? Already said in recent years, my favorite was Godzilla -1, but that came out of Japan, so I don't know if that really counts as Hollywood. Hollywood has really been disappointing me lately. It seems like it's just basically the same script, no plot, change the names. Godzilla -1, they actually told a story, and I really enjoyed the story. Sure, the graphics weren't the best. Godzilla was very reminiscent of the 1960s TV show, so there was a little cheese factor there, but the story really made up for it, so whatever. And I think that may have been, nope, not a notification. 37% health on the phone. Can you show your chicken coop? So the chickens are actually just out in the open. They kind of just peruse. The rooster, he actually sleeps up the tree above my Carolina dog. My old school security system. He lets me know if there's actually somebody. Is the bigger dogs in the back? They just go and let me know, hey, there's a squirrel out here. Analyst Ant, what products do you sell over produce from the farm? I haven't actually sold anything from the farm. Farm's been a hobby for the last several years, but recently retired from my day job, so I can start focusing more and more on staying here on the homestead and getting to a point where I could sell products. The Jolly J, Muhammad, don't give too much on prognosis. My brother was diagnosed when he was 16, have a maximum of 10. He made 21 out of it, and lived them to the limit. And you know what? There's actually been some research to suggest that positive outlook on life actually has about a 6% 10-year prognosis over chemotherapy having about a 3% prognosis over 10 years. So positive thinking and positive outlook, I mean, it's not going to cure you. It's not going to give you that 10 years, but it does seem, unfortunately, in some cases, it might be better than the poison that they put in your body. So every day that you're able to wake up, look up into the sky, try to go and keep a positive outlook and live that day to the fullest. Who knows, maybe you're going to get 31 more years. Relatively Jen, love from India. Mike Wells says hi. EXU, do you have self-protection? Yes, I do. Don't need to go much deeper into that, but yes, I do. Jolly J, my best friend is diagnosed with stage 4 since 3 years now, and my dog. Holy crap. Erwin Curtis, later, dude. If I remember correctly, you're the one that has to get the. No, that was somebody else that had work about this time of the day. But later, dude. Hey, see, the 80s were better. They had to tell a story, didn't have the computer effects. Absolutely. Yeah, 80s, it was probably the last great decade of Hollywood. 90s, you started getting a lot of CGI stuff going on. Compared to now, the CGI was Back then, CGI was holy crap. But they were still telling stories. But they, I don't know, started leaning more on the CGI. And it's just been downhill from then. I agree. The 80s was probably the last great decade of Hollywood. Not saying Hollywood hasn't put out good movies here and there throughout the decade since, but for the most part, the movies from the 80s was definitely better. Fabinia Rocha, sorry for butchering your name. Boa Tarde, don't know what that means. What was I doing in the 2000s? I was finishing high school in the early 2000s and going into the Air Force in the end of the 2000s. I guess mid 2000. Yeah, mid 2000. Matt Sapero, you can heal yourself, learn to meditate and flow healing energy. I did this in '94 from horrific burn injury, left no scars. Glad to hear you got no scars from that. Just a dude asked if I got any horses. No, I do not. I don't really have the land for them. I mean, 7.5 acres, but it's all woods. And in my experience, unless you're actually putting them to work, whether riding, draft, or whatever, they're just an expensive a vet bill on legs. Hayseed, a friend of mine. Matt Sapiro, please read Energy Ecstasy by Dr. Bernard Gunther. I've heard that name before. I don't know where, but I've heard Bernard Gunther. All right, later, Venom says he's got to go to sleep. It's about midnight there, so night, Venom. EXU, thank you for your service. Appreciate it. But I've passed that torch on to next generation. So let's, thank them for taking up the wrench. Because, I mean, I was an aircraft mechanic, so let's thank them for taking up the wrench and helping America go and take the humanitarian aid, because, for cargo planes. So we took humanitarian aid to just about name a country, and my planes have taken food and stuff there. It's funny you ask if I've ever been on a C-17. I was actually a crew chief on a C-17 for 20 years. So, yeah, that was my baby. Just a dude said my dad was a C-130 mechanic. My sister is a C-130 loadmaster. Air Force family. Yep, and mom was Army for 4 years. So come from military heritage, I guess. And then her stepdad was Air Force back in Vietnam. So yeah, there's a lot of military through my family line. Robin Minta, what do you think about religion? Which is best for living a good life? I am Hindu, like all religions. Only I don't like Islam. So I think as far as religions, it's a very personal issue. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, then I honestly don't care what you believe. It's when you go and take your beliefs and try pushing them on others, or try to inflict harm or death on others because of your beliefs. That's where I think religions may be a bad thing. I am more spiritual than religious. Follow the gods of my ancestors. So yeah, but I don't say any religion is right or wrong. I just say what mine is, and you don't have to accept it. That's cool. I'm at peace with that. If you do accept me for what I believe, again, cool. I'm still at peace with that. EXU, nice. Grandpa was Marine tunnel rat in Vietnam. Those are some crazy dudes. Hey, C, my dad was Air Force aircraft mechanic on KC-135s. My very first supervisor was a 135 crew chief. He grew up in the Strategic Air Command, so yeah, it was a different breed. It was a different Air Force whenever I first joined than what I just left. Sultan is Gangs. Hi, Uncle. None of my siblings have kids, so I'm not an uncle. I don't think. Do you know the aircraft? Wait. EXU asked, do you know the aircraft with the big flat looking radar dish on top? Yes, I do. The AWACS, what is it? Not the V-20. Oh, hey, there's a squirrel. Yeah, AWACS, not AWAX. The airborne early warning something, something, something. I don't know. Jolly J, do you know aquaponic? Want to do this when I settle down. I'm a few years, had some 10 years ago. Wonder why there is still so few people that do it here in Germany. Commonplace at your place. It's not really all too common here. There's a lot of videos on YouTube of people here in America doing the hydroponics, the combining, or aquaponics, combining the aqua farming, raising fish, and hydroponics, growing vegetables through water and whatnot. Basically, you take the fish farm, pump the water up into the plants go and pull the excretions from the fish, filtering out the nitrates and whatnot from the water, and dump it back down into the water. And you can get more fish in a smaller area. And if you go and add oxygenators, you can go and increase the number of fish or the size of the fish even more. I have thought about it, especially since I do have the 2 ponds here. But that would require me to not plant in the ground and not have, yeah, I don't, I have thought about it. So it's not off the table. It's just, it's not even on the back burner. It's just kind of, it's written down as a possibility, but not a priority. Just a dude. That's all I know them as. Yeah. What is it? AWACS, I think. AWACS. Oh, I did not. I have seen one time. That's pretty cool. Those things are pretty big. EXU, have you ever thought about going into the trades? Yeah, so I actually got my Class A commercial learners, or not commercial learners, commercial driver's license just a few years ago, kind of as a fallback. I have thought about possibly going to some of the schools for welding fabrication. You know, kind of more of a side hustle. Don't really want to be getting back to a 9 to 5. Much rather try to figure a way to go and turn hobby into some money. So yeah. Rubulad MAGA, thoughts on Trump for 2028? Well, U.S. Constitution says maximum of 2 terms. It doesn't say consecutive. It says 2 terms. So Trump is not able to run for president 2028. Just a dude. I'm a terrible welder. I can stick 2 pieces of metal together. It's gonna look like ass. Maddie, I ate glycerin. Cool. EXU, the 22nd Amendment prevents 3. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. The Constitution says 2 terms, doesn't say consecutively, so it's not possible unless somehow we get a new amendment that nullifies the 22nd, and good luck with that. We can't even get the politicians to vote on a budget. You really think they're gonna vote on a amendment change? No. I'd be surprised if they go and vote on what they're having for lunch. All right. Let's see. EXU says, I've been wanting to do trades, but all of them seem interesting. Maybe plumbing or electrical. I mean, here's the thing is, a lot of our electricians, our plumbers, and whatnot, they're starting to get up there in age because everyone's been pushing, you have to get college, you have to get college, you have to get college. Nobody's going into these trades, so the trades are getting smaller. It's going to become a very, very lucrative business because when you're the only plumber in the 4-county area, people still want to go and flush their toilets. They don't want that toilets to fill up their bathtub. So trades, I think trades is a good idea. I don't know the broad definition. Just a dude. Electrical is fun but dangerous, and it's a lot to remember. I've done some minor electrical work. Jerry rigs it. Howdy. Just a dude. Plumbing too. I mean, I've done a little bit of electrical. Electrical has not necessarily intimidated me. For a long time, and I think honestly it was the 8N tractor that made me realize electrical is not that scary if you stop and just think a couple steps ahead. Oh, how about I get on bolt? Yeah, using a socket would probably be a lot easier, but I had the 2 adjustable wrenches more readily available instead of going looking for 2 ratchets and 2 sockets. I decided to just meh. Oh, missed a bunch of things. I'm most interested in welding though. Yeah, same. Kind of want to get myself a TIG welder. I almost took the plunge on a TIG welder 2 weeks ago and realized I don't actually have a place to set up a TIG welder. Sure, I'm sure somebody's gonna say, oh, you don't really need a place to set it up, but you have that foot pedal that you have to do something with. I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, oh, back in my day we just duct taped to the bottom of our mouth and used our tongue to adjust it. I don't know. I think I'd have to use it just like it was intended to use. It's a foot pedal. But yeah, welding. I wanted to get better at it, and I do want to learn TIG. I gotta see what it leads to. Hayseed. I'd go carpenter. It's about the easiest trade to start your business after you learn it. I've heard that. Um, um, After high school, that summer I was working with a concrete um, contractor. Um, that seemed fairly straightforward to get into also. Jerry Riggs plumbing is a shitty job, pun intended. Electrical work is shocking. Yep, I'd rather move electrons than lumpy water. I mean, well, remember, if there's any gas work, like natural gas, those are plumbers also. So, yeah, not. I guess you could try specializing in spicy air plumbing. EXU, yeah, I was thinking carpentry also. I don't think I'm good enough, so I'll just go construction. Um, well, I think that's kind of what he was talking about as far as carpentry, not necessarily carving wood, but more of like framer type carpenter. Um, Jerry rigs it. Carpentry is boring. Hayseed, really learn all the building trades. You'll never run out of a job or need to hire anyone for your house. Ain't that the truth? Jamie McKinsey. I mean, that's your belief. Not saying you're wrong. That's your belief, and I'm glad you have a belief. Pushing on others, not needed. Sajan Kumar P. What's up with the engine? Engine does spin over. The battery cables are trash. Still need to get those replaced, and then be able to do more troubleshooting past that. Jay Surah, hi dude. Jerry rigs it. Laughs, spicy air. We build gas processing equipment and have customers in every state. Yep. And glad you liked the spicy air. Ugh. Oh my lord. Yeah, this one's small. Oh, my hands are retarded today. Screw it. I still have to wait before that bolt catches on. Let's see. All right, Jamie. Yep. No, I'm not going to read your comment out loud. That's my belief. Let's see. Jelly J, I learned a really nice job. I'm a saddle maker. Oh, that's interesting. But now I would be glad if I would have chosen my plan B, which was carpenter. Really love traditional houses made of wood and clay centuries ago. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Especially the timber framed houses as opposed to the 2x4 built stick houses. Jamie McKinsey. That name looks familiar. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm having a good day. Lynn Lone Wolf, 1986. I know I saw you yesterday. Have a nice evening. All right, you do the same. Oh, there's that open. Let's see. Hey, C, you can learn about anything at YouTube University. Ain't that the truth? EXU, you should go check out auctions or junkyards in there. You might find something good. Yes. I kind of I ended up getting an old 1982 steel 038 chainsaw. Along with a little Husqvarna chainsaw. Paid $100 for them. Went to do the tune-up kit, and I honestly do think that the reason I got the chainsaws for so cheap wasn't because the dude didn't want to fix them or anything. It's because there was a strip screw. So used the easy out, got the screw out, got a new screw, and you know, basically have a new chainsaw for $70. That's, you know, split the two, $50 each, plus the $20 for the tune-up kit. Cool. I now have 4 chainsaws. Still need to go on do the tune-up kit on the one. If there's one of me here, I could always sell those. Jerry Riggs it. I came in late. What you doing to the truck? So, actually, you think you came in late. I've been here for about 2 hours trying to get through the comment section. I'm trying to get this tow bar hooked up so I can move the truck. And seems like every time I get around to actually doing anything, I get way behind in the comment section. So, you're kind of at the right moment. Down syndrome, Jesus. How many of your cousins have you impregnated? Probably not nearly as many as you. Even if that's just one for you, that's still more than me. Yell low. That's a truck. Yes, it is. Email. A lot of different emojis. Gen Z Nation. Debatable. What's their debate, buddy? Manisha. Her. I don't know. Sorry. That name's all screwed up. Hi, Miracle. Arpan Ganguli. Hello from Chia Hobie YouTube channel. Manisha asks, where are you from? South Carolina. uh, Benny Loco, nice hat, very Indiana Jones. Oh, thank you. And you know what? That might actually be why I liked it. I don't know. I think you're the first person to point out Indiana Jones. So yeah, was at the store. There was a lot of cowboy hats, and doesn't really fit my personality. Saw this, like, you know what? I like that. Let me see how it fits on me, and I think it looks good. Gen Z says, how many cousins you've impregnated? As in, that was what was debatable. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint, but I've never impregnated any cousin. At least, not my cousin. If it's your cousin, well, then I guess maybe that would be correct. Somebody's cousin. It's not my cousin. Yellow says he's Crocodile Dandy. Arpan, how are you, man? From Kolkata. Nice to meet you, bro. I'm doing pretty good. Jesse James. Hey, Jesse. Welcome back to the live stream. Manisha, didn't understand what you said in a perfect pronunciation. Well, thanks. Michael, save some cousins for the rest of us. I mean, like I said, they're not my cousins, so. Jesse James, he impregnated mine, I think. Yes, I did impregnate Jesse James's cousin like 16,000 times, actually, in one day. It was crazy. Yeah, and it was actually the same cousin over and over and over and over again. Don't know how that happened. Manisha asks, are you married or single? Going through a divorce, so I guess both. Jesse James says, hi, Yellow, bro, get a friend and mail him mod so he can ban some trolls. Yeah, you know, at some point I probably should go and get a mod, especially doing these lives, but sometimes, you know, it's kind of fun having the trolls in here, and a lot of times, others, not to call you out, Jesse James, but he was going toe-to-toe with some of the trolls yesterday. Michael asked me to leave his cousin alone. Them's is his. Well, tell him to stay off my land, and I will. Jesse says he likes my truck. Thanks. Been spending almost a little over 2.5 hours trying to get this tow bar connected so I can move it because it don't work. Biggest issue, or first issue, is battery cables are all sorts of gunked up. Jerry rig it. Gotta go. Good luck with the truck. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Hayseed, you're going to get shown. Let's see. Wow. Yeah, fun to asked, are you a redneck? I don't know. I can't see my neck to see if it's red or not. I have been called a hillbilly before. I have had people call me a redneck. I don't know. I'm just a dude. Michael, I seen it. My cousin's like 400 pounds. Yeah, but Jesse, that's like 5 cousins that equal 400 pounds. So, I'm dyslexic. I don't know. Manisha asks, how old are you? I am 38 years old. And Manisha is from India. Itpron Promtayasong. I'm sorry to butcher your name, but they say hello from Thailand. Hello, and again, sorry for butchering your name. Fun to midlife crisis. Probably, but at the same time, just recently retired, so retirement crisis? I don't know. I might go live late at night for the first time. It's quiet. Problem is, I'm boring, disabled lifestyle. Hey, Jesse, don't you say that. And you know what? I'm boring also. In fact, somebody just yesterday went and said so in the chat. Went and said, boring. So yeah, Heaven is Home says yes. Thorn Lawson, 1973. What engine you got in that truck? It's the 6.5 Detroit diesel. Jesse James says, I think the comments are late by about 2 minutes, unfortunately. So I'm really behind on my comments. So it might be me and not necessarily the, what you call it? So let's see. Slick Nick. I'm sorry that you got IBS, dude. Fun-ish has got dibs on his cousin. Siad Hamzik. Hi from Germany. The Cool J. Or the Jolly J says, cool channel. Thanks for taking us with you and being kind of interesting window to the world and spending so much time on it. Oh, yeah, no problem. Jesse James, I need a wife, a dog, a couple beers. Free Soul, show us your estate. Show us around. I am on my phone. I am Wi-Fi. So I'm not able to show a lot of land. I've been sitting for too long. Oh, I stood up too fast too. Ooh, got lightheaded. Yeah, there's not much I can actually show because of the extent of my Wi-Fi. I have 7.5 acres here. But I also manage an additional 13.9 east and then another 2.9 south. But I guess this is a little second viewing today of a little bit around. Dental object. Saw you yesterday also. I believe you were the one that had to go to work. Boring is good compared to the alternative. You know, the alternative, you know, fun is an alternative. Chaos is alternative. Chaotic goes two different ways. Positive and negative chaotic. So, but yeah, boring's not bad. It's routine, I guess. Jolly J. Oh, hi, Siad. I'm from Germany, too, but I just wanted to leave now. Have to look after the dog and go to bed from... Where are you? Slick Nick. Can you help me with my IBS? No. Thorn Lawson. 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive? It's a KA 2500, so 4-wheel drive. Sorry, Cody. Not going to show or say that. Yeah, sorry. Isaac Witten. Free Soul. You in US? Yes. Isaac Witten. Jesse James says, IBS get penoprozole. Let's see the engine. All right, Rick 2324. Fun-ish. Rob. Next person you see. Yo, bro. Chat says I gotta rob the next person I see, and you're the next person I saw.
Want a banana?
I don't want a banana. All he's got is banana, guys. I'm not gonna rob him. All right, so here's the engine. 6.5 Detroit diesel. Doesn't look like much. It needs a lot of cleaning. Free Sol, vitamin D, B12 supplements. If you feel dizzy when you suddenly get it up. Yeah, and somebody asked earlier what I ate for lunch, and it was 2 cigarettes. So that probably doesn't help. Jim Bim, what is your name? I am Tibbs from Tibbs Farm. Free Soul, your place is beautiful. God bless you and your family. Philip Locke, what a handsome man, dude to dude. Sumak Kite, show us around. Cody, understandable. Jesse James, I appreciate that you read all the comments. One day the comments will be too many to read. Yes, I agree. Big Sig, what's good? Lunch of Champions right there. No, she does not run. Battery cables are all screwed up. Jesse James, my breakfast and lunch has been 2 cups of coffee and a soft taco. And here's Kimber the goat. It's the only goat we have left on the farm. What accent is that? Southern? I don't think I have an accent. I live in South Carolina. I've been here for 20 years, so I don't know. It's the Tibbs Farm accent, I guess. So there's the goat. We got pear tree, peach tree, pear tree. And I think my cigarette went out. My neighbor fires a few shots every week to keep the rent low and property taxes low. Yeah, I hear gunshots almost daily. And we got baby ducks and mama goose with their little pond that I have to dig out a little deeper just about every other day because these baby ducks keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. For Isol, I am from London. Was just curious. No offense meant. I didn't take any offense to it. Little tongue in cheek. You know, nobody thinks that they themselves have an accent. But yeah, I'm sure if you've ever ran into anyone from not around, doesn't matter where you are, whether it's an American in the UK, that American, for whatever reason, thinks that everyone around them has an accent. No, you're the oddball. You're the American in England. You're the one with the accent, not them. So, I didn't take offense to that. Mr. Wright, Savannah, Georgia. Awesome. It's not too terribly far. Or, as the Europeans would say, that's kind of far away from where I live. As an American, oh, that's right down the road. Easy E313. Are you Amish, bro? No, I'm not. So back here, you got a lot more woods. Still need a lot of cleaning. Fun too-ish? No. Not into that kind of thing. Jesse James, I am used to the Australian Army or English Army, so I'm used to their banter. Free Soul, what kind of guns do you keep on the farm? So, don't really talk about guns on this channel. Somebody asked if I have self-defense here. Yes, I do. Some of it is to stay non-political. Some of it is OPSEC. So, hate to break your heart on not getting a actual answer on that. Jesse James, I've been to Fort Moore, Georgia, aka Fort Benning. So I've never been to Fort Moore, I've been to Fort Benning, and I do say it exactly like that because when I was there, it was not called Fort Moore, it was Fort Benning at the time that I was there. Same with Fort Bragg, it was Fort Bragg the last time I was there. It was not Fort Liberty or whatever it's called now. At the time that I was there, that's the name I'm going to use. Just like the Air Force Base that I worked at, when I got there, it was blank Air Force Base. And then halfway through my career, it turned into Joint Base blank. So I arrived at blank Air Force Base. I left Joint Base blank. And again, a little bit of OPSEC. Easy E. I didn't know Australia had an army. Yeah. I've sat around shooting the breeze with some of them whenever I was deployed. One of my deployments. Here's my big pond. It's the east, or it's the west pond. And this is a lot of the land that I have cleared up, mostly with the brush hog and the lawnmower. Hayseed. I speak 2 languages, English and Appalachian. So I was raised western Pennsylvania, the foothills of Appalachia, so I understand what you're saying. Jesse James, Australia has kangaroos. Easy E, none of their business. Yup. Free soul, wise choice. Alright, sorry guys, I'm gonna end up having to skim through a lot of... Alright. Hayseed, my home defense is a bunch of dogs and one mean turkey Tom. Oh my lord, we had a Tom here a couple years ago. He was a ornery bastard, to say the least. But yeah, got dogs out. The one, mostly quiet. He really only barks whenever somebody's coming onto the property, which I really like. The other one's kind of more of a early warning, not a last warning. So if I hear the one dog go off, I'm like, okay, cool. The second dog go off, I'm like, all right. And now I got to listen for the third dog. Third dog goes off, all right, I better go check this. Free Soul, watch the movie The Siege of Jatotville for those who wants to know Aussies have an army or not. Jesse James, my home defense is a stick and gunpowder. Yup. Dennis Kleinsasser, hello from Montana. Hello. And I probably butchered that last name, sorry. So here is my east pond. It's much more shallow. As you can see, pond muck back in here. I need to go and get the excavator down here and dredge this all out. But been doing a lot of clearing over here too. And in fact, here is one of the fire pits that we had about a week and a half ago. That was actually underwater by about 6 inches of water. And then for everyone in the chat that was here yesterday, this is stuff I did not get to, but we're starting to get down to where I did get. And here is the 8N tractor. Dennis says, I did get the name right. Awesome, cool. Yeah, I came down here with the brush hog as best I could until I got too confined in space. And then I came down here with the Hyper Tough mower and was no kidding mowing my swamp slash forest. And yeah, apparently a lot of people liked watching that. Got a lot of stuff cleared out. Was actually able to show off a little bit of stream. This little stream. Oh, IKEA quality video. Oh, looks like getting too far from the Wi-Fi. Tuber 11 asked Tiffany Brown, damn, can we even see it? Man, sorry about the Wi-Fi. Let me come back up towards the house. People were asked to go and see around. The Wi-Fi is not the greatest, so video quality sucks. Where you live? South Carolina. Are you Indian? I am not. Free Soul, do you project on the pond, make full-length video in the future? You'll have many likes. Build a cabin for the kids, maybe. Funny. The county actually shows this property as having a 14 by 14 cabin. So I guess technically the county's telling me that I need to get around to building a cabin, huh? So I mean, the permits are there. I'm already getting taxed on it. Might as well. Free Soul said Wi-Fi is getting weak. Hello, the Funny Boys won. Hello, better. Jesse James, I built a pond for some turtles back in 2011 with garage bags, big rocks. I thought I heard somebody say, hey. Made a mini waterfall too. Probably gonna end up having to do that for the ducks. The Funny Boys, say my name and I'll subscribe. The Funny Boys won. Yeah. Oh, maybe he says my name. Yeah, my name, right? Say my name and I'll subscribe. Okay, here you go, the Funny Boys. My name and I'll subscribe. Jesse James said it too. Funny Boys said my name, wave. Giovanni, shut up. You're welcome. Giovanni asked me to shut up. Free Soul, gotta go, Mr. Tibbs. We'll grab a few pints at the pub. The weather is piss poor here in London. Rained the whole day. Good night, Godspeed. It rained here just 2 days ago. But if you're gonna be grabbing a pint, get a Guinness for me, please. Jesse says raining here in PA as well. Or at least it was raining. Oh man, I got a bunch of Guinness drinkers up in here now. I don't drink often, but whenever I do like Guinness. And you know what? I'll even get the Guinness Zero, the non-alcoholic. I really don't care all too much about the alcohol, but I do like the flavor of Guinness. There we go. That's also crooked. I'm gonna put these on here. Where'd the nut of that go? I see the bolt. Lost the nut. Lovely. Whatever. Why is it so crooked? All right, finally got what I came out here to do. Got the tow bar on the truck. Now I gotta just go get the tractor, remove the brush hog, throw the drawbar on it, move the trailer, move the truck. Let's see. Jesse James says, I like getting tipsy, not drunk, but my issue is I love the taste of certain beers, especially European beers. I like beer from Germany and Holland, you know? So I used to like getting tipsy. The older I get, the more don't really care for that. And the medication I'm on for mental health, hey, not good. Feels like it completely nullifies everything that the medication is supposed to be doing. which is one of the reasons why I do like the non-alcoholic Guinness. It tastes 99% the same as Guinness. That 1% that's missing is literally the flavor of the ethanol. So it's kind of my guilt-free luxury. Hyper Act 1 VE Bass. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas. It's a diesel, so you're right. It ain't got no gas. The problem is you can't park there. Any good Irishman will tell you a wee bit of the creature is good for you. Hey, hyperactive. Yep, there we go. I like Hefeweizen, which is German, and Heineken from Holland. Chris P. Blues. You are living the life, brother. As an active duty soldier, I look at old dudes like you working on their cars and think, man, what a life to work on your car. No worries about NCOs. Well, you know, technically I am still an NCO. Recently retired, but that effective retirement date is still technically in the future. So you too can get here one day also. Think ahead and plan for your future. Yeah. President of the President of USA, the Orange Fraud Clown. Heads up, it's the FBI. Ain't no black helicopters flying around here. Chris Blues, not necessarily old, but older than me. That's alright. My airman called me old all the time, so I take no offense to it. Hey, Seed, put the ball in the front of the tractor. Won't need to unhook it. Unfortunately, the tractor don't have a front where I could hook the ball. The big truck does, so might do that. Might. No. I don't know. We'll see. That tractor's easy to move around. I don't know why Jason Elms got flagged. He just said Chevy Man. Sahil, are you from the hood? Yes. Yes, I am. Right now, I'm living in the hood, actually. Koffer. Guten Abend. Guten, I believe, is good. Abend. Afternoon, maybe? Good afternoon? Good afternoon, maybe? I don't know. If that is good afternoon, then good afternoon to you. Although German should be close to bedtime for you. So I believe it's for you. Shouldn't it be more like Guten Nacht? Something like that, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alt ACC. No, I'm not going to push religion on others. Chill guy, turn the truck on. The truck won't turn on. It doesn't have batteries. The battery cables are completely kaput. One ground is acting as a insulator and not a conductor, so I need to go get parts for this, i.e. batteries, battery cables, and then try to get it started and then troubleshoot further from there. So today was just to get the tow bar on so I could go and relocate it so it's not an eyesore anymore. You look like a guy who shoots arrows. I have shot arrows from one. How to piss everyone off in the room. I just tell them I am a registered Republican with registered firearms. Jesse, I saw you do that yesterday, and yeah, you lit the chat up for a while. Jesse, he doesn't live in the hood. He is the hood. Robin Hood. What year is the Chevy? Jason Elms. It is a 97 K2500 with the 6.5 Detroit diesel. Sahil, what's the Sigma? Roll Tide 14. Ranch. Corn. The Funny Boys back. Hayseed, I got an old 85 F-150 I need to do something with. Chill guy, turn the tractor on. Well, we could do that. Let me go and move this stuff so I can go and move the trailer and then try moving the truck. Oh, darn it. I need to throw new tires on the front of the truck. Nevertheless, I can go and get the trailer moved, please. And I can show you the most difficult way to go and disconnect a brush hog. As long as the internet doesn't get all screwy. Unfortunately, we got to walk back over to the tractor. Oh, there's a blue-tailed skink running by. Just James, as a 30-year-old, I literally only driven a horse and doom buggy. I think you meant dune, not doom. But I like the idea of a doom buggy, like doom guy, have a little fucking buggy. I mean, that sounds kind of cool. I support both at A squared. I don't know what that means, Jesse. Incredible haul. If you wear cowboy clothes, are you ranch dressing? I don't wear cowboy clothes, so I'm not ranch dressing. So Hill, pick one, Kanye or Diddy. Diddy's in prison, Kanye's not. Does not necessarily mean that I support Kanye, because he says some off-the-wall stuff. But to the best we know, he's not out there diddling people and minors. So that's one kudos to him, I guess. Oh, I was going to show you the most difficult way possible to disconnect a brush hog. You guys see that? There you go. All right. Go. Oh, it's not too hard. Unfortunately, I don't really have a place to go and put these, so I just gotta kind of have to carry them with me. Oh, lovely. It actually slid out. Alright, so. No, I don't need this. I'm not necessarily the smartest person alive. I don't ever claim to be. In fact, I have said to my airmen when I was still working many times, I am certified 3/3 retarded. I am working on 4/4 retarded. So one day I will graduate to 4/4 retarded. So that is disconnected. And me being a big dummy, I'm 99% certain I forgot to turn the fuel off. No, I actually turned the fuel off last night. Cool. So, here. Where are you? Right there. So, turn that full counterclockwise. Alright. Key to on. Clutch down. Hold on. Let me swap these bars over to the other side. You know where the brakes are. These brakes don't work anyway, so. Let's see. That's gonna fall on me. Yep, there we go. All right. So, clutch all the way in. All right. So, choke out. Bring the about halfway up. There we go. And that's how you start a Ford 8M. And then all the way over, up, first gear. And that's it. Very simple. You know what I did forget? The drawbar. Probably need to go get that. Not gonna really be able to hook the trailer up to the tractor if I don't have a drawbar. So, there we go. And then I can't read and walk at the same time. So let me see what we can do here. Alright, so the tractor, let's see. Hold up. Yep. Life on Two Wheels, Boston, Massachusetts. Nice hat, my man. Thank you. Just James. Yeah, I said Dune, but put Doom. You know, I like the idea of Doom guy on a cart, so we're gonna. That's the new canon. Doom buggy. Anonymous Moose, laugh. Pablo, lame, chill guy. What year's the tractor? So, that's a very good question. But if you look right there, it's a front-mounted distributor 8N. So our best guess, because it is possible that that engine does not go to that tractor, but our best guess is somewhere between 47 and 49, because 50, 51, 52, 52, 50 and 51. I think it's 50, 51, 52. The 8Ns had the distributor on the side. Look more like a distributor and less like this. This doesn't really look like a distributor. It looks more like a squid. So it's either 47, 48, or 49. But then again, it's also possible that the engine is just a 47, 48, or 49, and the rest of the tractor is an older or a younger. So who knows? That's the one downside to these old tractors is too many decades have gone by and too many engine swaps have happened too many of them for anyone to really go and say, yep, this is it. Answered before cordless tools, there were cordage tools, and before that were cordless tools. Oh yeah, you're right. For some reason I remember mowing my mom's lawn with a push mower without an engine. Oh, I actually have a real lawnmower. R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. See, dyslexics can learn how to spell. See? I do have a real mower. But, yeah. Hayseed, leave the stay bars on and time them to lift. I've tried that, and I always end up losing the strings. I tried bungee cords, they broke, so it's easy to just take them off. Although, going forward, I probably could have got away with just leaving them on. Be careful. Alright, so drawbar's now on. Hayseed said theirs is a 49. Hayseed, what was the tractor that replaced the 8N? It had live power. That was the Jubilee, which the 53 was the Golden Jubilee, which was kind of a pun because, you know, the world, you know, 50 years, Golden Jubilee. So yeah, it came out on Ford's 50th anniversary. I want to say that Jubilee had a 3-year run, and then it got replaced with the 600 series, if I remember correctly. Oh no, I only have 5% battery. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to call it quits here because my phone's about to die. Appreciate everyone that came in. I'll try to get out here tomorrow. No promises. Weather, it's crazy. 1 minute it can be blue skies and then it can be raining. So I will try to get live tomorrow. Sorry for cutting it short, but phone's about to die, and I was too dumb to go and get the charger out here. So see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.